Hey everybody, it's Ezina, and I just wanted to check in with you guys this week. As you can see, I am in my office. Don't worry, there's no one in the building. I am the only one here. I had to stop over and get a few things, and I thought, I'm just gonna shoot my vlog here. So just checking in, seeing how you guys are doing this week, and to let you know what's happening with me. So I am, like I said, fast at work, working on my book and also launching a new course online that I'm sharing called Nail Your Book. And that has been taking up like all of my time. I have been like up day and night just working on reformulating everything, working on the new workbook, working on the new class, just updating it a little bit and making it more juicy for the students that attend the class. So that's pretty much what I've been working on. Aside from that, like just trying to keep the family, just trying to help everybody get through the week basically. I have little kids and so they're tired of being cooped up. So this week we decided we were going to start taking them on daily walks. Well, not a good idea. We started taking them out in their stroller, and of course, when you have little kids and you have, little dog, everyone wants to come over and talk to them, and so that wasn't so good for social distancing. So people would start off and go, "Oh my gosh, they're so cute," and then they get closer and closer and closer and closer and closer, and I don't want to be rude, but at the same time, I'm like, okay, we're supposed to be 6 feet apart. You're like inching on 5 feet, now 4 feet, now 3 feet, now 2 feet, now you're a little bit too close. So I'm wondering if any of you have had situations like that this week where you've seen other people out and, they're not like observing that 6 foot, space. I went to the grocery store and it is not happening at the grocery store. I don't care what they're trying to do. The only place where it's really happening at the grocery store is at the checkout line. At the checkout line, definitely, they have the little feet on the floor that's, shows you where 6 feet are, because not everybody can in their mind like know exactly, what is 6 foot apart. So it's really interesting, seeing people in the grocery store and in some aisles, I mean, you can't help it. You're just kind of on top of each other, unless there's 2 people per aisle, you're not going to be 6 feet, even though you're trying. So I'm hoping that, we still get over the hump with this thing. They're saying, May 15th here in Los Angeles, and I'm hoping that it's May 15th. I'm hoping that it gets warm enough and the virus, starts to dissipate and, we start seeing less and less cases of it, and definitely, just saving lives. So, I'm here. I'm in my office. I'm here for a little bit. No one's in the building. Like the entire building is empty. I'm the only person here. So, I'm here to grab a few things. I had some research stuff that I needed to grab, and I needed to get some thank you notes because I need to send out some thank yous. Have you guys found that like this is a great time to catch up on those sorts of things? There's some, I try to send out thank you notes like every day, right? But sometimes it just doesn't happen and they pile up and they get to be a week late and they get to be 2 weeks late, which is etiquette. Etiquette says, you're supposed to send a thank you note within 2 weeks. Well, I am so sorry. I tell you thank you immediately, but it may take me 3 weeks sometimes to get those thank you notes out. So I'm working on them. I'm getting them out, and if there's anyone watching, and that I usually send thank you notes and you haven't gotten one, it's on its way. But thank you for everything. And I love that you guys are just doing such wonderful things out in the community. We've been donating as much food and as we possibly can. Of course, there's several organizations who could use your funds. Look at the link below. You'll see some organizations that are still, taking money. They need help. Here in LA, driving around a couple days ago, there's so much homelessness, and you really see it now. not that you didn't see it before, but now you really see it, because when there are no cars on the road or hardly any cars on the road, and all you see is tent after tent after tent after tent after tent of homeless people, you go, wow, this is a bigger issue than maybe we thought. And I'm hoping that, in this time, that since we're donating to all these organizations, that somehow we can figure out a solution for homelessness, because it's a crime. There's too many people on the street, and it bugs me, it hurts my heart, and I don't know what to do about it. I give money, I give food when I see people, but what else can we do? Like, I'm sure there are some incredible minds that are watching this right now. Like, what ideas do you have about homelessness, and how can we help to, put an end to it? What are your ideas? I feel like if all of us get all of our great ideas together, put them all together, that maybe we can come up with some sort of solution. Because homelessness has always bothered me, but it's never bothered me as much as it does now. When you're supposed to be inside to keep yourself safe, keep your family safe, and you're out on the street in a tent, or you're sleeping in a sleeping bag on the sidewalk, it just really, really bugs me. And like I said, I don't know what to do about it. I don't know what to do. Over the years, I've done many things. I've volunteered with youth that are homeless. I've volunteered at soup kitchens. I've donated money, clothes, food. I don't know what the solution is, but I feel like this is a conversation that we need to keep having, and we need to, put a little pressure on our government to try to help to figure out how to fix this thing, because it's a huge problem. And even in my small little community that I live in, just seeing the tents and the the sleeping bags, and even the people that don't have sleeping bags, just seeing them just laying on the cold hard cement outside, that shouldn't be the situation. And like I said, I live in a small community, and I see this woman every day. She has a suitcase, and she drags her suitcase along. And I didn't know, where she was going or whatever. I mean, I know that, she gets hotel vouchers, because every now and then I see her coming out of the Marriott that's in my neighborhood. And I'm like, oh, okay, good. She got a good night's sleep, and she was able to get a shower or something. And this lady always looks clean. Like, she looks like a normal person. She doesn't look like she's been living on the street for a long time or anything like that. But I saw her one day dragging her suitcase over to a storage facility that's in the area. And I was like, oh my God, she must have her things at the storage facility. And then she takes her suitcase over to the Marriott and takes a shower, and then, just hangs out. But there's nowhere for her to hang out now. I was driving down the street one day when it was raining. I was out a couple days ago going to the market, and it was raining, and it was raining really, really hard. And I saw her at the bus stop, sitting there shivering, and I asked her if she needed anything, and she said she was fine. And I could see, woman to woman, I could see the pride that she had, that she was not going to accept, help from a stranger. And I totally understood that on so many levels, but my heart cried, because I just really wanted to do something for her, because I don't feel that any person should be on the street. It just bugged me. So those are the things that are bugging me during this situation. I'm fine, my family's fine, my friends are fine, everybody I know is fine. I have one family member who has COVID-19 back in Michigan, and she's home, she's quarantined and she's recovering. She's going to be fine. But, it's the people who are on the street. Those are the people that I'm really having a hard time with that right now. So, yeah. So if anybody has any ideas or, there's so many resources out there, but I feel like we all need to come together in some way so that we can really do something, And, my husband works, he's a civil engineer, and so he works in infrastructure all the time. And he was saying, we need to have low income housing, so that people, because a lot of these people who are homeless, they actually have jobs. They just can't afford rent on a place. So he was saying, we need to have some sort of housing situation where, people who have a job can afford to pay, minimal rent. And, there needs to be like different levels, people who have no job or anything, and there's mental illness things, that need to be attended to. We need a place for those people. And then we need a place for people who just have, minimum wage jobs or what have you, and they can't really afford, an apartment. Because I don't know what it's like where you are, but here, most places want like 3 months rent to move in. Some places want like 2 months security deposit plus the first month's rent. Like that's a lot of money for some people to come up with if they're, renting, and if you're working a job that is paying minimum wage or just above minimum wage, that's a lot. And not everybody has family or friends that they can go to say, I need a short-term loan or whatever so I can move into an apartment and get a roof over my head. So I know I'm rambling, but homelessness is something that is bugging me. It has bugged me for a long time, but right now it is really bugging me because I feel like there's something that could be done. Just like all of the resources that the government is putting together, they're sending out a stimulus plan to, low and middle class people, low and middle income people. They're sending out stimulus checks, of $1,200. And I was just thinking, like, what if we could have done something like that before to help the homeless people? What if there was some other things we could do? And there's all this money, all these resources. The world is abundant. There's money everywhere. There's no shortage of money. I think there's just shortage of maybe ideas and cooperation. So I want to talk about this. So if you guys want to talk about it, please leave me comments below. I do read them. I do respond. So please, if you guys know anything, if there's any kind of, initiative or coalition or whatever that I can get involved with, I'm willing. It's just something that bothers me and hurts my heart, and especially, during these times right now. So I hope this wasn't too much of a downer, but, I just wanted to share with you guys like what's on my mind, and that's what's on my mind. I'm fine. All my family and friends are fine. I just want to help people who aren't. So anyway, that's what's on my mind. Sending out, prayers and blessings to everyone. Wishing those affected by COVID-19 a speedy recovery. And thank you to everyone on the front lines working to help people who are suffering from COVID. I know our hospitals are overloaded and just crammed. Even our urgent care centers are overloaded and crammed. And I just want to say thank you to all those people who are showing up and going to work every day. And I'm doing my part staying home, except for right now for these 30 minutes. I had to dash into my office to get a few things, but like I said, no one's in the building at all. I'm here by myself, and I'm just grabbing some things and going right back home. So thank you all. I love you. I will be releasing new music soon. I'll be releasing a new program, Nail Your Book, soon. And I'll also be releasing a masterclass for my Make Money Now book as well. So those are the things I'm working on. I'm trying to get them done faster since, because so many people can use it right now. So many people, are unemployed, underemployed, whatever, and need resources to make money. So I'm really working as hard as I can, as fast as I can to get these things up for you guys so that you can grab them and, make some money. Alrighty, talk to you soon. I love you all. Bye. Satnam.